Hello there. I can't believe how the time has flown. So I might just do some short little videos and put them together and have a little chit chat and get your feeling about what you want to know about. Are you interested to know a lot of the weird and wild things that happened while I've been gone? It's a lot of animal stories, happy and sad, and everybody here is good, so don't worry about anything. But I've been really tuning into my intuition, learning from the trying times. And it's all good because in the meanwhile, you could see I've been really busy being productive and feeling somewhat successful with gardening. So I can give you a little tour. This is what's left of my indoor germination station, as I call it, made with these poor little rice paper Japanese screens that the cats, over the years, all the different kittens, have taken out their aggressions on these screens. But I originally got them for making ASMR videos, and I like to cover them with different tapestries and things, so yeah, you'll see them in a lot of my old videos. So I still use them here, so if anybody looks in, they don't see my ragged little rice paper. Looks like somebody's trying to escape. Anyway, so I did all of my indoor stuff in April and the beginning of May, and then started the outdoor garden, which I'll show you too. I have one on the back porch or front porch out here, and then the main one in the back over by the horses. So this is what's left. I have my gardenia plant here. I'm trying to make her bloom again. I'm keeping her in here because she's safe from the cats. Because cats, in 2 days, decided she was really good to chew on. So I hope you don't mind the hum in the background, which is the fan, of course, because it's full on summer now, July. These are peppers that took forever to come up. These are actually my cousin's, and since he's out of town, I told him I would take any little bitties that he still had left so they wouldn't die. And some basil I transplanted, which looks pretty good. I think it's gonna take. I grew them from seed. It's always so amazing when something actually grows. And look at this, is strawberries. Little baby strawberries. I grew these from seed too, even though I was told it was really, really hard. So I've invested a couple of months to get this far. And I have a few other things that are coming up very slowly, so I'm just leaving it here. And these, I think, are hollyhock. And over here we have some morning glories. Flying saucer morning glories. Well, they may end up being potted plants indoors. It might be too hot by the time they're big enough. Here we have lots more basil. The basil really caught today, or this year. And then underneath I have 3 containers with covers that have seeds, mostly flower seeds. Some vining seeds, vining plants that are heat tolerant. There's some onion and a tomato. I have lots of tomatoes, oh my goodness. This one is what's left of the Brussels sprouts. I'm just going to put seeds in the basket outside. These are eggplant. And they're ready to go into a grow bag. And a couple of peppers, tomato, and this is celery. I'm going to be putting those in their own little grow bag as well. So, and of course, to have some nice crystal energy. Yeah. Playing with my crystals a little bit. I have a bunch of them that have been together to the side that I want to make a video with. And I started doing a little bit more, just, checking in with each of them and looking in my books and just getting the energy flowing. So that'll probably happen pretty soon. Now that we got a handle on the garden, pretty much. I still have more I want to grow, so I have more seeds that I want, mostly greens and things that are delicate, because I'm going to have all of these will find their way outside. And then here I'm going to have 7, they're window boxes, but they're indoor window boxes with like a watering tray under each of them. And I'm going to grow herbs and greens in here. And maybe get some carrots started. And I know they're hard to transplant, but it's very hard to get them germinating outside when it's so hot. It's very, very hot. So I'll be adding to this, I suppose. Oh yeah, one little feature here. And this is just a card table that I put a cover over, and then I had the heating pad over here, which is disconnected now because it's plenty warm enough just being in the sunny window. But I had a double tier. I had this table was on top, so I had an upper level and a lower level. It was madness. I'm not going to water them, but now I found that this table slides underneath. And I can pull it out. And have a little work surface when I'm potting or thinning out or whatever. And I can pull it out quite a way. And it's just perfect. So that's why I decided to get the window boxes, because now that I've got a place that the cats don't bother with, and I can kind of control the light. I have a fan to keep it a little bit cooler. And it's nice, yeah. I'll have an indoor garden, hopefully, all year. And then get ready to start germinating stuff to go out for the fall garden. So that's it for this little garden, and I'll show you the rest. Time to move the hoses, or the hose. Trying to get all the fruit trees really soaked before this heat wave. I love my Crocs. So this is a pear tree. I don't think we have any fruit this year. The other one might have a little bit. But we had a lot of blossoms, and then we had huge winds several times, and that was the end of the blossoms, so sad. Last year was overwhelming. And this year's dry. So I like to just leave this on for like an hour or two. I really fill up this bowl around the tree. I do that 2 or 3 days in a row. And then it's pretty good to go for another couple weeks. And this one's already been watered. And and we'll go over to this one. All the weeds that I had to whack down, now all of a sudden nothing's growing because the heat has been consistent in the 90s. So yay, no more weeds. But boo, hot, hot, hot. This is a little pear tree as well. It doesn't have any fruit. Oh, it does have a couple. Oh dear. Right, so I have to set my timer. And a few other trees that I water too. That's like a cherry plum or plum cherry. Cherry plum. So here's the other side of the house. There's the horses over there. And this was a hummingbird that just flew in front of the camera. These are potatoes all the way up the fence line. And some of them are already flowering, so it won't be too much longer that they'll all start to die back. And once the leaves are all yellow and dried out, then we'll be harvesting potatoes. Woohoo! And then we have different kinds of melon and squash and pumpkin and I don't know what all else. My cousin just put everything he was germinating, he just put it wherever he had space, so we got stuff everywhere. Look at this one, how big it is. I think that's, well, I don't know exactly what that is. Everything's a little hot right now. I did water this morning at 6:30. This is a watermelon that I grew from seed. I'm so excited. Hee hee, my first time to grow watermelon. Yep, and then this is a shade cloth here. It's all rolled up that I open up. I'm probably going to do it later today and stretch it up onto the pickets. There I have loops to hang it up there just to give a little bit of shade. I think it's 55%. And then on this side, we started with nasturtiums, which are so cute. They're a little dry too. Everything's still wet, but the hot wind really dries things up. This is yellow squash, and I have been eating yellow squash already. And I think this week I might nab myself a blossom or two to stuff. There's more squash, more nasturtium, more squash. And then on the other side we have pumpkin and squash and potatoes and more nasturtium on that side. They're all a little bit protecting themselves right now from the heat. They will perk back up. More squash. We have cucumbers. There's another zucchini. Cucumbers are stressed out. They're not happy. I already got one cucumber though, and this one looks like he's coming back. So, and I got beans. Beans along the fence, and lots of tomatoes. Tomatoes are hanging on. I have a long shade cloth at that end as well that I stretch all the way across down here to protect the tomatoes. Yeah, got about a dozen of those. We have some peas down here, and we did an experiment of corn, but I don't think it's going to work. They didn't get big enough, and they're already producing their silk. I don't know if we'll get any corn, but I'll show you his little garden. So that's all I have for right now. And once this mega heat wave of 102 and 103 and 104, once that goes by and we get back down to the 90s again, I'll be adding to a couple of rows over here. I have quite a bit more that I can plant. And that's it for this garden. I'll show you with the shades all up, I guess, at some point. It really helps a lot. So, this is the yard to my little apartment rental next door where my cousin is living. And this yard was all dirt and a rose bush in the corner and the Russian sage along that fence line, and that was it, and the tree. And he did all of this. He built all the planters, took advantage of this little cinder block walkway that was, or wall that was here, planting flowers, putting gravel everywhere and steps and a pool. I think next week I'll be going in there if he hasn't come back from the fishing trip yet. And on this side we have forest of food interspersed with flowers. So a row of corn with sunflowers, and on the outside a lot of tomatoes. Tomato, with carrots in between, peppers and radishes and squash, this big old thing. And crunch. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, more zucchini. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, tonight's watering. I'm gonna have to pick this bad boy. Look at that. Ooh. I'm going to take that one, and there's another one. I saw two this morning through the fence. We have a cherry tree. Oh yeah, that's the one I saw. And this one, oh my goodness. He's a big one. So, it's going to be stir fry and zucchini bread till further notice. And then over here, in the shade of the tree, there's some really beautiful flowers that are continuing to do well. I've been watering everything twice a day. Oh man. Look at this pool, so cool. Cool pool. Got a little table here, so you can have things next to him while he's floating around. And go for a swim. Pretty. It's quite warm. Oh, and then he has a little pond behind there. It's kind of green right now. He's got a lot of fish in there, and he's got a filter system that runs on solar over there. Yeah. Pretty good setup. Beautiful. Beautiful. We cleared out all the middle section out here and set up the picnic table. We're going to fix that up, and we have 3 fire pits out there, which is a little ridiculous, but everybody had their own. So hopefully we'll be grilling vegetables and freshly caught ocean fish next week. Strawberries. I saw there was one strawberry, and when I came out in the evening to water, it was over here on the wall. And now it's gone. So that's all of the gardening. Oh, I almost forgot to show you my little sanctuary on the front porch. And some cute little flowers that overcame the struggle of the pest attack early on. And now they're starting to be happy again. Look at the delphinium. It's a challenge growing delicate things in the desert. These are all nasturtium that are actually doing okay. Hopefully they'll get bigger. And I have this little water feature here that's solar powered, and it stays on even after the sun goes down. And this one especially has a storage capacity and has little LED lights that come on. I have a lot of little twinkle lights out here too. And I put a little bit of water in the back one with some shallow rocks so that the bees and the bugs and the lizards can drink. And then the hummingbirds like to come over here and sit on these little branches and take little baths. Very cute, very entertaining. And that's why I have hummingbird feeders always full. Well, not full. In the summertime I only put a little bit at a time in there so that it doesn't go bad in the heat. I change it every day. And then let's see over here, the flowers coming up here are 4 o'clocks, which is a kind of a vining plant, and some marigolds that got eaten back, but they're survivors. They're coming back. I have some very friendly sunflowers right here waving at me. I planted about 16 of them or so, and I ended up with about 7. So consider that a success with this environment. So here's my pride and joy. The shade cloth city back here. I have quite a few bags. I still have some I still have a bunch to plant. I have a few more things to fill those grow bags with. Unwrap you. These guys I keep covered at night just because they're more vulnerable because they're in little pots. So it's peppers and tomatoes. I think these are going to go in the main garden on the other side because they're pretty sturdy, and there's another zucchini. And then I have greens back there. I have arugula and baby leaf lettuce. And I want to get some more greens going in the house. It's getting a little bit hot out here, and they're probably going to bolt if I don't start picking them. And yeah, so I still have quite a few bags available. And then this one, I was going to take the cover off, but it's really windy, so I think I will just give you a peek in here. I'm so proud of these guys. These are my tomatoes. I have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 big tomato plants that are up to my waist. They all have flowers. And then I have this beauty growing vertically. She's my table queen squash. She's got lots of blossoms. And she's holding on nice and tight. So cute. And back in there, I think it's a zucchini. And then these are cucumber. Now these cucumber plants are doing really well. I have 3 of them, and they're full of flowers. And they're also growing vertically in these cages. Pretty flower. Pretty, pretty. So I'm very happy with them. This is a 70% shade cloth because it gets so hot back here. They're still getting plenty of light. I open this in the morning, like at 6 o'clock, and then I cover it about 11 and keep it covered after I water in the evening. And then these guys over here in this pool, it's going to be a little shocking, but this is right on schedule. See, sad looking plants. 3 buckets in the front are potatoes. And these potatoes have finished their life cycle, pretty much. This one especially. So they start to wilt. They lose all their leaves. They go yellow and dry up. And then we'll just cut all the top growth out and let this dry out for about a week to 2 weeks. And then we'll tip over the bucket and get our potatoes out. I'm so excited. And so these are peppers. More peppers that are loving the heat, actually. And look at this one, has so many flowers. And flowers become fruit. Peas and beans. Artichokes. Everything's doing good back here because the shade has really been helping them get a head start. Got some bites taken out. I found some grasshoppers back here. There's another one. Oh, look. I got a little strawberry. Tiny little strawberry. Tiny little plant. There's some on there, but they're not doing that great. It's got some more flowers coming. I'm going to buy some more strawberry plants. And that's it, I guess. At nighttime it's so calm and pretty out here. I got some herbs, kind of, sort of, doing okay. This mint is looking a little sad. I just put more dirt and some fertilizer, some thinner dirt, so it's not so, doesn't stay wet that as long at the bottom. Some chives, rosemary, and basil that was getting eaten. And now I have sprayed it with some organic fertilizer. No, organic pest stuff. And at least I've got some pops of green and color back here. A little water feature. And the birds like it, and the hummingbirds like it. And out there under the big trees where I have my water feature, my water station for critters. And on the tree right there, you might be able to see, I have my trail camera. So it's motion activated. I need to trim a tree branch that keeps triggering it. But just yesterday and last night, I got some cute photos or a cute video. I got coyotes, 2 coyotes, a local dog several times, and the ravens doing their thing. They're so cute. We have a family of them here. So it must be feeding time. I hear the roosters going insane. The dogs are going insane. Somebody's running their tractor. Country life, man. I'm just on the outskirts of town. It's not really like extremely rural, but you'd never know it. Alright, my friends. Sorry it's been so long. And one little crazy thing after the other. And sometimes it makes me feel like I'm losing my sanity and just question everything, doubt everything, and it's so ridiculous. I think I just needed, a project like the garden, get my feet in the dirt and just have all the animals healthy all at once. No drama, mama. We're coming into that time. Things are good right now. So I hope you'll see more of me. But I wanted to let you know everything's okay. Everything's busy and normal. I hope everything's good with you. And your summer has you stealing away some moments just for yourself, just for fun, just for relaxing. Yeah. Alright. Say goodbye for now. I think I'm just going to give you my last thoughts from inside the house where it's a lot cooler. Back in the cool house. Whew. Nice to have all the fans going when you walk in. Oh, kitchen window. Starting to get crowded again. I got one little stubborn seed that I planted. And I'm so happy when I actually get roots on things that I'm trying to grow from cuttings. This little squash that even had a blossom just wants to live on the window. Check this out. This is an orgonite, little orgone generator with metal shavings and crystals under pressure of drying resin. A little copper spiral at the top generates the energy out through the point. My ex-husband actually got this for me in Peru, and he didn't even know what it was. He goes, "Hey, would you be interested in this?" I said, "Oh, it's a orgone generator." He goes, "Huh?" I love it. I love those coincidences. And then I have ocean, what is it called? Ocean jasper. Ocean jasper. There's some great little patterns. Really druzy. And this one. Maybe it's my eyesight that's fuzzy, but it looks a little out of focus. I haven't used this camera in a long time, guys. And then I have roots on my figs. I have 5 fig starts from my big tree out there. I gotta get that one. I gotta continue to do this and get more and more out of old grandmother fig tree. Man, she's just a producer. And a little horse. Some Shanghai. And another piece of ocean jasper. Well, guys, I'll have to get another video out to you pretty soon. And let me know if you want a little newsy catch-up video, or you just want to get some nice triggers, crystals. I actually bought 2 new lights, studio lights, so I could film in the evenings and have nice color. So let me know what kind of video you've been missing, and I'll make one. Okay. Have a good rest of your evening or day.